Good morning, everyone. It is time for First Alert Weather Extra. I hope everyone is doing fantastic. I am First Alert Meteorologist Jill Gilardi here, and what we're going to be tracking is a big-time storm system, a nor'easter for Thursday. So we want to give you that first alert to knock out the yard work, the mowing of the lawn, for example, either today or tomorrow. We'll show you when that rain arrives, but yeah, we're certainly going to be trending cooler already, cooler than normal, and also unsettled. So the rain is going to be building in as early as tomorrow evening, and ramping up certainly with intensity and the wind on Thursday. So that nor'easter is certainly prompting that first alert weather day, but a gradual improvement as we look ahead towards Memorial Day weekend. All right, so Thursday's the first alert weather day. We're expecting moderate to heavy rainfall and a gusty wind. And also certainly impacts to anything involving you being outside. Travel, could see some poor drainage, flooding, and sporadic power outages can't be ruled out with some stronger gusts. So here's how it's going to play out. Let's fast forward to tomorrow morning. We're still dry with that northeasterly flow, and most of tomorrow is dry. It's not until the evening hours we'll start to see some of that rain breaking out. But the heaviest rain moves in as the day ramps up throughout Thursday. So the afternoon, the evening hours, that's when the heaviest rain and wind sets up for Thursday. Then the system starts to weaken and wind on down. Still a few lingering showers Friday, but the brunt of the activity again is for Thursday. Rainfall amounts could easily exceed 2 inches. Where that exactly lines up, we're going to still have to take a little bit of time to fine-tune that, as the models are still showing some variability. But nonetheless, it's going to be a lot of rain. It's more nuisance than anything else. We don't expect, major flooding or anything like that. There's no watches issued, but certainly impacts to travel and being outside. So the winds are going to be gusting as high as 30 to 40 miles per hour for Thursday afternoon and into the overnight hours. Now, Friday morning, very early, we'll start to see those gusts start to wind on down. The good news is, with the upcoming rain, as we know, it's going to knock down that pollen count. So we're going to be down to the low category with that forecast by Thursday. Right now, we're still kind of playing with some clouds, mainly across eastern New England, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, some of those skirting eastern Connecticut. But that low pressure system that's been kind of spinning around is near Nova Scotia, but starting to move away, pull on out. As it makes way for our next system, you see some of those high-level clouds just expanding eastward back to our west. So it's going to cloud up. So enjoy the sunshine early on today before those clouds roll in. And only getting into the low 60s. So yeah, it's going to feel like Marchy April weather. But at least we're dry and saving money on the heating bill, or the cooling bill, excuse me. All confused because it's cool weather. But the cooling bill, because, yeah, you won't need to turn on the AC, that's for sure. And there we go. Today's highs will be a little warmer down towards the shoreline because of that breeze that's going to be coming off the land. Nothing too aggressive, though, in the breeze department. As we take a look at tomorrow's forecast, we start off in the low 50s. It's overcast. It's even cooler with 50s. So we're going backwards in terms of where we should be for normal temperatures. And we are going to expect mainly dry conditions through the early afternoon before the rain starts to build in during the evening, and certainly the overnight hours tomorrow. And the same goes for the shoreline, with some mid and upper 50s and the rain holding off until the early evening hours. And after that, the 6 to 10 day outlook is showing a lean towards wetter conditions, a slight lean though. Same goes for 8 to 14. Yep, this makes sense. 6 to 10 day outlook. Temperatures still leaning below average, but we're just kind of seeing equal chances beyond the 7 day at this point in time. So yeah, we're experiencing a cool down lingering into the weekend, but improvements as we look ahead towards early next week. Let's talk a little bit more about temperatures. What's normal for a low? 50. What's normal for a high? 73. So yes, we are falling short of that. Certainly today, what's going to be interesting is how warm we get on Thursday. So we're forecasting 50. If we do not make it to 50 and we only make it to, say, 49, for example, well, that's going to tie a record low high temperature set back in 1909 Yeah, so this isn't normal, but at least we do not have the threat for below freezing air. That is always, it's like, wait a minute, if we're going to be that cold during the day, are we going to be really cold at night? Not going to be the case. So, while some plants will not love, these, 40s and 50s, they won't be harmed by it. What may be more harmful is, some of those stronger wind gusts. I was just looking at my tomato plant that's in a pot. I'm like, you're kind of leaning a little bit. I might have to put you in a little protective area. So keep that in mind. Anything, tall that is easily susceptible to bending, you might need to adjust placement, again, if you can, or, secure it, stake it, things like that. All right, so we go from 60s today, certainly below average, significantly below average tomorrow, with showers late. Remember, it's after 4 or 5 in the afternoon. And then Thursday, it's even colder, a high of only 50 with rain and wind likely. And then Thursday, it's first alert weather day. And then Friday, we start to see that system winding on down. We're still below average, 60 degrees. We're changing our attire completely, right? But yeah, we'll enjoy it because eventually, it's going to get hot again. And look at that. By Memorial Day, we're back actually above average. And we're dry, so that's something to look forward to. So if you have long weekend plans, just a few showers Saturday. We're mostly dry on Sunday, breezy, and we're back closer to normal with 71 degrees. And then timing out beautifully is the best weather over the next 7 days is going to be on Memorial Day itself. So looking better in the long term. In the short term, could be better, right? All right, that is your latest First Alert Weather Extra. Again, we air this for you to kind of go more in depth in the forecast, Monday through Wednesday at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then again at 9:30 at night. So definitely tune in for another update of First Alert Weather Extra in this forecast as we fine-tune it on rainfall amounts or any adjustments to timing or wind speeds. Again, that's coming up at 9:30 tonight. But in the meantime, have a great day. Remember, knock out that yard work you get today and most of tomorrow to do so before the rain and wind gets here.